Hi, I'm Catherine Harrell. I'm here today to interview some of my family, David and Jane Best. And I say family, which we are, because David and Jane's daughter, Kim, is married to my son. So we're just one big family. I'm excited about having the opportunity to do this. Hi, David. Hi, Jane.
Hello.
I am really excited to do this interview for you, and would kind of like to start out, David, finding out how you finally gained Jane's attention when you both were at McGinnis.
Absolutely, yeah.
Would you like to tell me about that?
Well, yeah, I need to start it just a little before that. She was a cheerleader for a competition school that I was on the basketball team, and I chased a basketball out of bounds and almost knocked her down, and looked up and saw that red hair, and I said, I bet she's gonna go to what was then Catholic High.
He was looking up my skirt, I mean.
I didn't see anything I shouldn't see. Anyway, the bottom line is, I looked her up when we were a freshman. We had our first official date at Valentine's, and dated all through high school. And her mom said you got to be out of high school for a year before you can get married, and that's what we did. And the rest is history. We've celebrated 62 years.
Very good.
September 1st.
Okay. Well, from what I understand, then after that, you had some various jobs, but then you decided that you needed to do some things on your own, and you started a company that has your name. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Right.
That was I started that in 1971.
Best companies.
February 1st of 1971.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I remember the day well. So
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, we're
And
still here.
Jane, you stayed at home and raised your kids until
Oh,
they
yes,
were
I
in
did.
school, and then
Uh-huh.
what did you do?
I went and worked, gosh, I don't even remember. I don't even think they're there anymore.
You worked for Backles.
Huh?
You worked for Backles.
Yeah.
Fireplace.
And that was fun, because I knew some of those. When I walked in the first time, there was a lady I knew.
Oh, well, that always helps. Well,
Yeah.
then, what did you do then? What was your next job? Did
The
you,
next job?
Yeah, did you work for Best Companies?
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. And what did you do there?
I
Anything he asked you to?
She kept the books.
I kept it.
Okay. all
She watched
right.
over the money, made sure we weren't stealing it,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well,
or that nobody else was either.
I'm sure she did an excellent job.
She did do a great job.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. All right, well now then tell me kind of a little progression from there on. Some of your kids eventually got into the working for the company and all that.
Well, as a matter of fact, your son was my first hire from family, and which, by the way, you still did a great job. And then Kim came into the business after all of the kids got into school and got going, and
What kids were those?
our
grandkids.
that was your grandchildren, Allie and Jake. So anyway, then she came in and did at that time what we called project management, and then when Jane retired, Kim took over the books, so she's keeping the books. Along the way, 9/11 happened. The bombing at Murrah bombing, rather, not 9/11, but the bombing of the Murrah buildings. Todd had been with the Mercantile in Chicago, and was coming back for an interview with a bank here the day before the bombing happened, and they had to cancel that out. And so I asked him if he'd like to go to work for his old man, and he said, "Yeah, but I'd love to." So brought him on then, and then our daughter Christy came on here about 6 years ago, and she's the marketing director and doing a great job. And all of the kids have all the stock now.
Yep.
We gifted them all the stock, and they own the business, and they let me come in once in a while and pretend like I'm important.
Well, I think I heard something about from you that you just told them they are all on a business/pleasure trip, from what I understand.
They are.
And
Yeah.
what did you tell them before they left?
Well, I told them first of all to have a great time and
Yes,
enjoy the trip, because they're going to go to San Diego first and then back to Phoenix for the business part of the trip. But they're going to have the stockholders meeting while they're in San Diego, and I advised them that they better keep me as the board of directors so they can legally continue to pay me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that was a very good idea. Well, is there anything else that either of you would like to share with us about raising those kids, and how you decided to come to Epworth? I think it was Jane's idea, wasn't it? But
Well, actually, we both did that thanks to you, and the fact that you liked it here, and we're enjoying it tremendously. Still adjusting to not having a home and not having to fix things, and which I love doing. I love
Yes.
to tinker, so but we're doing that. I love to cook, so I'm not using much of our allowance for food. But anyway, that's my choice. So and away we go.
yeah, it is a great place, I think, generally all the way around. And the longer you stay here, the more you'll find out about things maybe you can participate in that are interesting to you. So, what about our mutual grandchildren, Allie and Jake? Would you?
Well,
like to
Allie
share?
as you well know, is in England. Knocking them dead over there, doing a great job, and she loves it over there. I'm happy for her and unhappy for her because she wants to stay there.
Yes.
So she only gets to come home at Christmas. And Jake, as you know, is in Denver, doing a wonderful job with his job. And as my understanding is, they and his wife would like to move back here and get started with a family. So we're hoping that'll happen pretty soon, one of these days.
And Bridget is also, his wife, is also from Oklahoma City.
Yep.
So it's, has family here, so that's
Yep.
good. Well, how about what athletic thing you love to do with Jake? What do you all do?
We love to play golf, and Jake's. I am with my back now. All I do is drive the golf cart and watch him play because he's a scratch golfer.
Yeah.
And he really, really enjoys it. Takes it seriously.
Right.
But he takes everything else seriously in terms of his family and taking care of business and all that kind of stuff too. So I couldn't be more prouder of him. You raised some good kids, Catherine.
Well, so did you. I think it's a small miracle that the company is run by primarily all of your kids and my son, and they all still are good friends and enjoy one another, and include you all in that. It's marvelous. So
We had a.
Well, you know that, well, maybe you didn't know, but everybody had a different job.
right,
And that was what made it work.
Made it
and
work.
that was my idea.
What?
Because, if you get too many people doing the same thing,
there's conflict.
yeah.
Right, but
Yeah.
well, good for you, Jane. That's
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's something new to me. So
We have a.
but I
We
know
have
you
a.
did a great job.
We have a company motto, and it's called. It's a zero respect policy.
Okay.
Meaning that anybody can walk into our office and it's always open, and they can say anything any of the other employees, because there's 13 other employees now besides the family. So the deal is they can walk in and say whatever they want to say without fear of being reprimanded or being fired because they've tried to tell the truth. So that's what we mean by a zero respect policy. Actually means everybody respects everybody.
Yeah. That's what it takes to run a business.
Yes.
But I know there are a number of things you do, but kind of give us an idea of what your general work things are, what the company does.
Our primary thrust in our business are two things that are unrelated, crazily enough. One of them is that we design and install science laboratories, mostly research laboratories, like Oklahoma Medical Research Foundation has been a good customer of ours for
Ever.
45 years now. And then we sell sound folding walls and partitions, like in convention centers and schools and churches and that kind of stuff. And then we have a third side of our business, which is a wholesale business with exterior insulation product, which is just a product that we sell, for lack of a better word, buckets of material to applicators. We don't apply it or any of that. We just we're a distributor for it. So that's our primary thrust, and it's served us well. We
It certainly
Yes,
just
is.
got through with our best year ever in the history of the company. So
How old is the company?
54 years old.
That's pretty darn good. But,
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, this has been fun for me to
Me too.
visit for you all and let people know something about you there at Epworth. And we thank you so much for
Well,
continuing to do this.
thank you for doing it, Catherine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.